Hi everyone, this video has been a long time coming. This is one of my most highly requested videos, how to make healthy Indian culture dishes. So the goal is to cook with the least amount of added fats and oil as possible. So the recommendation is typically to use an oil that is unsaturated and unrefined. If you are using oil, the recommended amount is 1 tablespoon. Here we are using mustard oil. Once our oil heats up, we add in our mustard seeds, our cumin seeds, and chopped up bay leaves or curry patta. The reason why we chop it up is so that when it comes in people's mouth, they don't feel like throwing it away. When it's chopped up, you can eat it because they have a lot of good health benefits and we want to reduce waste. Once that's nice and sizzling, we slowly add in our onions and we let it cook until it's a nice golden brown. You know, it's nice and caramelized, translucent really. If you feel like the onions are starting to stick a little bit, then you can add in some water to return the moisture back to the onions, or you can add in some vegetable broth, which not only adds back moisture, but it also adds back a lot of flavor. Once it's ready, we add in our ginger and garlic paste, or what you can do is just chop up your ginger and garlic into fine pieces, and then you add in spices of your choice. You don't have to add the garlic and ginger paste if you don't want. Sometimes when we don't have any, we don't do that, but it's a really good addition. It just elevates the dish. So we added chili powder, turmeric, we added some pepper. There are spices like amchur, garam masala, you know, whatever you want, you can really add it. And the recommended amount would be probably half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon for each spice. Salt, probably 2 tablespoons. We use Himalayan pink salt. You're basically going to let the spices coat the onions, and once it's all ready, you can add in the tomatoes. And you really want to cook it until it's all incorporated and it looks like one paste, like kind of a chunky paste. It all looks like it's one. I know 100% everybody is wondering, but how do you cook with such little oil? And the people who cook without oil at all, how do they do it? Well, actually, bay leaves and onions both have oils inside of them. So when you put it onto the frying pan and you heat it up, that actually releases all the oils and it ends up coating the pan. That way, once you add in all the spices and the tomatoes and everything, it'll all work together and it'll get sauteed within the oil of the onions itself. And if it does start sticking, like I said, you can add vegetable broth or just a little bit of water. A lot of people assume that being healthy means just living on salad, but I'm here to tell you that's not true. A lot of our authentic Indian food are part of some of the main dishes that health-conscious people consume. They have a lot of nutrients and vegetables and things like that. The thing that ends up making Indian food extremely unhealthy is the high amount of fat, oil, ghee, and butter that is used while cooking. So in order to take the full benefit of these vegetables, what we want to do is cut down on added oils and fat. And this recipe that I'm showing you is the base recipe for every single Indian dish that's basically out there. Here we're using turiya. I don't know what it's called in English. This is what it's called at the Indian grocery store. And you're gonna basically, once you add in your vegetables, then you add in the salt, you let it get coated completely, entirely, and then you're just gonna cover it and let it simmer. The flavor profiles and preferences are honestly very personal. When I cook, I add different spices. When my mom cooks, she adds different spices, but in the end, it tastes great. There are a lot of unrefined oils out there, like mustard oil, which my family loves using because it adds really great flavor to the food. Then there's also olive oil, there's coconut oil. The thing about coconut oil and ghee and that stuff is that even though it's really healthy and it's unrefined, it is a saturated fat. So if you have heart problems or you're trying to lose weight, you should probably stay away from the saturated fat because it is known to clog arteries and cause heart problems and cardiac diseases and weight gain. Another thing to note is don't be afraid of flavor. In all healthy food, you know, plant-based food, lots of vegetable-based dishes, people always think they just have to eat plain salad. There's so many spices and flavorings and different types of vinegars and sauces out there that are actually really good for you. And the flavorings themselves have really good health benefits and they just make your food taste much, much better. I really hope you liked this video and let me know in the comments down below what other recipes you would like to see and leave any questions you would like for me to answer. Thank you.